So I wanted to go ahead and make another quick video just regarding what happened over the weekend, or excuse me, on Thursday into Friday with ADMP. I'm going to talk a little bit about the company as a whole, the capital raise they recently did, and then why I think it makes sense for it to be a buy for you over the next couple weeks as they go into their PDUFA date in November. So really, if you look at the chart, this company as a whole, really zooming all the way out in the 90s, 2000s, has not been great. They've lost investors a lot of money. Even zooming in, looking in the past 5 years or so, they've had a tough go. They have a couple of products, but nothing truly, really innovative. Different ways to deliver certain things like epinephrine. Their most recent product up for approval is naloxone. Now, if we zoom in, even looking at kind of the past year or so, we knew that they were going to have their PDUFA date in November, and it started becoming an interesting play after we got past sort of this COVID breakdown that all stocks underwent here in March. Coming back up, they were trading in the 50s, and this is where I initially started to just get a little bit of a position, assuming it may run into its PDUFA date. Now, initially, I thought I had completely missed it. It took off. I think even at some point really touched $1.50 even sometime in July, but it's actually come back down now into the 70s. And then most recently, they've raised money now at 62 cents a share going 2 months into their PDUFA date. Now, for me, I really like this because I know that they're not going to raise any more capital before this date, and I think that they're a really good opportunity for you to invest and potentially take advantage of sort of this run up into the PDUFA date. So I've been accumulating a position. I'd even bought as we went up further into the account, and then now I took an even larger position right after this most recent raise. My hope is that as things go further into this time of November, that we'll have additional run up, basically getting back over $1 into this time. And then additionally, I just wanted to share with you this post I saw highlighting some of the other companies and how they've gone most recently into their PDUFA date, where you'll see these offerings while we were getting into this kind of timeline close to having a drug up for approval. Here, TRNVN here, LPCN, this is another one I made a video about right around when it was in 60 cents. It did very well, running up into the twos. And then a couple of others that have gone along as a similar pattern. So, this person's making the argument that ADMP can make a similar type trajectory. I think that's a pretty accurate statement, but it's not perfect. It's very possible this could break down back into the 30, 40 cent range if there's some other larger global macro issue with given all that's going on with COVID. It's very possible that we see a loss ultimately and no sort of run up as we would expect into the PDUFA date. That definitely can happen. As a whole, I'm not too bullish on this company stock. It's not something that I would put a lot of faith into in terms of even being approved or even having good long-term prospects, just given how the leadership team has done so far in giving return to their shareholders or lack thereof to this point. So thank you for your time and hope you find something good out of this video.